Hmm. Dadu, Amanda, welcome in. How's it going tonight? Hmm. Nobody joining. Let's do some. We'll do some deck brew, see what happens. Let's see. Let's see. Let's build some rush. That'd be fun. Blades, how's it going? Welcome in. How we doing tonight? Hanging in there? Hopefully doing all right tonight. Ooh, let's do that. Let's do a princess and queen deck. I think that'd be fun. Tom, welcome in. How's it going tonight? Just, same old. Hey, Tamara, what's up? 01. How's it going tonight? I think I'm going to build a princess queen deck. That might be fun. Made some tea. Nice. What kind of tea? Earl Grey, hot. Oh yeah. 0. That's awesome. Which videos? Sleepy time tea. So some like jasmine. Dino, welcome in. Yeah, what videos, 0? Did you see? I've got a few up there. You talking the Lorcana 101s? Pop Town, what's up? No, I'm in my office right now. I'm at my desk doing some tech brew or deck brew. Yeah, no, this is my office. We just got home like right before I went live. My daughter she goes to bed um, at 9:30. So, and our housekeeper came today, so I put up all my stuff. I didn't keep it all out. So rather than trying to get it all set up, I just said, you know what? Let's just come up here and um, let's just do some deck brews and hang out and chat and see what everybody's up to. Got on the ink table and lost. That's all right, as one usually does, to be honest. I don't know I think you left. I played ink table 3 times. I was playing my deck versus my deck, so we were evenly matched. Oh, he absolutely crushed me every single time. Absolutely crushed me. I think he ended up winning before I even got like one or two lore. It was brutal. But what that tells me is that, like, I was playing the same way that I normally do against Deck Daughter. I was um, protecting all my characters by not questing until I built up. But he just kept taking me out with all the direct damage and everything like that. So that tells me that it's a solid deck to handle evasives, even though I don't have a lot of evasives in my deck. It's a solid deck to handle all of that unprotected and evasive type play. Um, so it's one thing I learned from it is that it's good for that. It's bad, like that strategy is pretty bad against direct damage decks like that, like I've got. But it tells me that it's going to be a pretty solid deck to to maintain control of the board. Oh, and if we get a few more people in here, we can do a little bit of something something. Let's see. I'm going to flip this because that was the wrong way. Yeah, now it reads correctly. I got two of them. Yeah, so like I said, Tom, playing the strategy I did does not work against a deck like this. If I go up against a deck that can deal damage like that, I'm gonna have to get out and just start questing and attacking and everything early on, and just I'm not going to be able to sit on the sidelines like I have been and go after it, because if they can take off, basically as long as my opponent cannot take off my characters while they're ready, I'm good. If they cannot do it, I'm solid. I can take the game. I don't get nervous. I don't get scared when my opponent gets to 12, 13, 14 lore and I'm still sitting at 0, 1, 2, somewhere down there, because I'm building a wide board and I know that I'll be able to then come in, aggro the crap out of it and take take out some characters as well as grab some lore. But if they can take out ready characters either through like uh, fire the cannons or the smash or what's the other one I have in there? The strength of a raging fire, those kind of things. If they can deal that direct damage and continue to control my board, even when um, yeah, I mean, if they can do that and take out my ready characters, then I can't. I mean, I can't catch up. So it's interesting how when you quest and do it for lore, how easy. Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing, right? Is that that's why I don't quest for the first 5 or 6 turns, is to protect my characters. Because as soon as you quest, anytime you exert the characters for any reason, they're vulnerable. um so if you don't exert it, if you don't quest, um then uh then those characters are not gonna be vulnerable. Let's see. But yeah, I was gonna build out like a royal ladies deck. So I really like this Aurora, so I think I'm gonna add them in, because I mean, if I'm gonna build out a royal ladies deck, then she'll definitely come in handy, and I can start playing like I can get this Aurora out. I can play I can quest with her and then play Aurora, Queen, Charlotte, all for free. Mulan. I mean, I can play all of these for free. All these one drops. So, I mean, you only get one per turn or, per Aurora that quests. So I could, in theory, I mean, I could play Aurora, and then turn 2, quest with Aurora. So I'll ink something, right? So I'll have 2 ink on turn 2. I can quest with Aurora, play the Queen for free, and then play another Queen and a Charlotte, and have 4 characters out by turn 2. I mean, they're low characters, they're small characters, but from an aggro, standpoint, early game, I mean, has some potential. And right now, I've filtered on just princesses and queens. So every one of these characters, this Aurora would help out with. Let's see. I'll put in some rush here. Yeah, I don't have any of the daisies though. That's the problem. Actually, let me before I. So I got 28 in amber. Yeah, we'll do an amber ruby. So what are all you guys up to? What's up, Nathan? How's it going? Got a few of these little guys that I'll open up here in just a few minutes. A couple of them. My Etsy store is live. Nathan, thank you for being the first one to purchase from my Etsy store. Hey, Joey. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna open these in just a minute. We'll see. See if we get anybody in here. Oh, somebody followed. Who followed? I missed it. Oh, Brian Pollock followed. I'm sorry, I completely missed that. I need to get my sound right. Uh-oh. There we go. I think that will fix. Oh no. Oh, I didn't doubt you for a minute, Nathan. Marcus, this is Dreamborn. I mean, yeah, Dreamborn.inc. All right, let's open a pack real quick. I want to open a pack. See what I get. Let's see. PJ Pete. Nice. Pluto. Aladdin. Mickey Mouse. Ooh, Rose Lantern. Hans. Mama Erdy. Aurora. All right, and then I think this is my first rare. Yeah, okay, we're starting off with a rare. Genie. Nice. And then super rare. Ooh, Mulan. Nice. And a common. Anna. Ooh. That's a fun shiny. Fun shiny. Common shiny. Still fun. Marcus, no. So Dreamborn, I mean, it's deck building. It's a great way to catalog your deck. Um, Let me show you. So, I mean, if you come up here, you can go to collection. I've got my entire collection cataloged in Dreamborn, so you can use that to see, what you've got in your collection. Like Fabled, I'm only missing one card on the standard non foils. I got a lot of Jafar, a lot of Azurite Seas, Arcasias, and Shimmering are coming up there. Um, but so you catalog all of your cards. It'll also tell you the value based on tcgplayer.com. So it'll you can see what your value is and how much it costs if you buy singles to build out a master set, etc. You can then filter and look at all this stuff. But then and you can look at like your set, for instance. Like you can go into the set, and you can see what cards you own in the set, things like that, right? Um, yeah, I mean, once you get it in there, Tamara, then it makes it super easy because what I like is that I come in here then to Deck Builder, right? And under the filters, I tell it to only show cards in my collection, so that way I don't add cards that I don't have. And oh, sorry, that went fuzzy weird. I don't add cards that I don't have and things like that. So let's open the other pack. I've got two of them today. Let's see. You can fly. Be our guest. Tinkerbell. Beast Mirror. Louisa. Cruella. Oh, the Queen. Tink. Ooh, Pirate Slave. All right, and then a rare. What's up? Into the Inkwell. Ariel. All right, what is our second rare? Oh, it's a rare. Magic Flower. And then our shiny is an uncommon Queen. It is free, Marcus. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic resource. I love it. I mean, I've been using it for quite a while now. How are we doing tonight, Into the Inkwell? Yeah, Deck Daughter got a couple of packs. She opened them in the car. She won the pack battle. She pulled a Robin Hood Epic in her one of her packs. So I am playing around with a ready for the weekend. I hear that. And Into the Inkwell, my what am I trying to say? Playmat is up on my Etsy if you're interested in a playmat. We are. I'm working on building out a Royal Ladies deck. So see what we can put together here. Right now, I've got the Aurora that you pay one less for the next. And my Etsy is I've got it in my link tree up there in my bio. For anybody right now, there's just two things on the Etsy. Yeah, Tiana. I'll get down there. I'm working through from low cost to high cost. I think I'm gonna get a Rapunzel in here. Toss these in. The way I like to deck build is I toss up to a full set if I've got it, and then after I go over 60, then I start pairing back on the cards that I don't need. Let's see. Evasive would be fun. Let's get some evasive in there. I'm not going to do villains. There's Tiana. I only have one Tiana, though. We'll toss her in there. Let's see, what else? This is, man, it's not a bad effect. What's up, Y? How's it going tonight? Eleanor, how you doing tonight? So, you guys have any weekend plans? Anything exciting this weekend? Oh, I like this Jasmine too. Let's get her in there. Just relaxing. I hear that. Oh, nice. Can't wait for payday next week. I love payday. The that'd be fun. Into the Inkwell podcast talking about Larcana. That's awesome. Football Sunday. Play or watch, Nathan, or both. Both. Nice. Going to buy cards and what cards? 5 leagues. Holy cow. That is some busy workouts. Yikes. Buy all the cards. I love your thinking, into the Inkwell. Oh, I'm gonna buy all the cards. Mr. Hyde, how's it going? Oh, let me see something. Let me see if I can do this. I am gonna see if I can upload a new sticker. Oh, awesome. Booster box, man. Those are hard to come find. Those are hard to come by around here. They are, oh my goodness. Like, just really hard to find. Let me see if I can get this uploaded here. I may have to get rid of one of the stickers. The stickers. Man, that Tiana restaurant owner. She's $35 for the one card. Caleb, how's it going tonight? I know. I mean, like, holy cow, 35. Whenever a character of yours is challenged while this character is exerted, the challenging character gets -3 strength unless they pay 3 ink. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get this thing up here. Super fan. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, y'all. My computer is like being so slow right now. Holy cow. Holy lag. Why are we lagging? Oh, Tickfinity is killing it. That's why. Tickfinity. Oh well. Let's see if I can do this. Well, it's not letting me do that there either. Oh well. All right. Let's just build. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'll worry about it later. Should I put my iconic in the deck? This is another Tiana. Not as great though. Whenever you play a song, each opposing character gets -1 strength. Yeah, just casually pull out and play the iconic at Set Champs in a couple weeks. That's funny. Oh, I should totally. Oops, I wanted to do that. Yeah, I should totally get Elite Archer out here, though. Oh, that's right. They downgraded her rarity, too, from legendary to super rare. Let me get a shift target for her, though. Because she's a shift 5, so I need to get. This would be a good shift target. So I think. I mean, I could use this Mulan, but that's kind of wasted. Because it'd be 3 plus 5, that'd be an 8 cost. Whereas I can. Bare necessities, welcome in. Okay, 29 in here. What else do we have that shifts? Floodborne. There we go. All right. Oh, it's not going to filter everything. So this Moana is a shift 5. What does she do? I got 3 of those. Ah. So I could. This one might be all right. Yeah, so there's going to be reprints, not as many, but they will have reprints in all the future sets, to my knowledge, Nathan. So I mean, they had a bunch of them because this is the first rotation, so they needed to handle it, and I would assume that at, like the first set of each year, so Fabled, and then so that's 9, then 10, 11, 12. Those are going to be there's going to be a handful of reprints in each of those. I'm sure they're going to have more new cards in those. But then 13, the start of year 4, when they rotate out year 2, I'm sure they're going to have a high number of reprints in that as well, just to make up and catch up for that the year that's rotating out. That would be my assumption, but we'll know, or we'll find out soon. So they're going to start. I don't know if you guys listened or watched the Lorecast today. There was lots of great information about what's coming up, and but they were talking about some of the set champs and some of the championships and things like that, the DLCs and all some of the promos that they're doing for those, um, and rule changes and everything. But it's all good. But they one of the questions was, when are we going to start getting information on Whispers? And they said soon. So Lorecast. So Ravensburger, every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, they do on Twitch. They do Lorecast. It's just a podcast kind of thing for an hour, where they talk about various stuff. You get some news, learn quite a bit from it. I mean, it's, early on, before Fable was released, they were talking about cards coming into Fable. They were talking about all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, question mark! Thank you for that follow. Surely you're something better than just question mark. Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! There we go. Well, I appreciate the follows. Thank you so much. Yeah, really cool. Like I said, 1 p.m. Eastern, so 1 to 2, every Thursday. They do it on Twitch. Um, so it's Disney Lorcana on Twitch. If you're in the Discord, discord.gg/Disney Lorcana, you can join that way. Um, they usually have reminders and recaps and stuff. A lot of what you see on social media that gets posted, a lot of the pictures and stuff like that, you'll see a lot of that information come out on Thursdays. They're pulling that straight from the Lorecast, because people are taking screen caps of Lorecast and everything, and then turning it around and disseminating that information out. I'm at work. I have a hard time getting screen caps, but I need to get better about trying to do that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I have to go into the office. So it's a little bit harder to multitask and work on some of this stuff, on the side as well. But yeah, I always get the notifications from the Twitch. I follow it on Twitch, and then I get the Twitch notifications when they go live. But lots of really cool stuff. Today they had the a director, manager, something like that. The guy who's in charge of organized play, and they were talking about the championships, the DLCs, all of that stuff that's coming up here in the next month. They're over in Cologne right now, doing some championships. Yeah, it's great information. I mean, it's a great place to learn. I mean, there are times they talk some deck tech also, right? They'll talk rules and what you can and can't do and stuff like that. So it's always learning something from it. I kind of like that Moana. Let me get a shift target Moana. Let's see, what others do I have? What does she do? Oh, she's a shift too. Holy cow. Queen of Hearts. Do I have a cheap Queen of Hearts? The cheapest one is 2 that I've already got out here. The Rush. So let's put her in because that's some nice card draw in a Ruby deck. Those are hard to come by. Whenever one of your characters challenges another, you may draw a card. I like that. And she's a shift too. It's not when this character challenges. It's just whenever one of your characters challenge. I like that card. Ooh, and this one to protect. Let's get some evasive. Deso, welcome in. Vanellope, shift 2. Oh, that'd be fun. I only have one of them, but let's put her in there. All right, locations. Do I have any good locations? I've got Agrabah. Well, you have damaged characters. That's a 2-drop. And you gain lore equal to the lore lost this way. If you have a character here, opponents lose 1 lore. So would they lose multiple lore, I wonder? Let's look that up. Because the way the second half of that is worded makes it sound like, but it doesn't say for each character here. That's the weird part. Ah, okay. Okay. So this is I just looked it up. This is like a multiplayer situation. So if you have a character here, all opponents lose 1 lore. So if you're playing just one player, they lose 1 lore and you gain 1 lore. But if you're playing 3 people, let's say you're doing, you know, four player 1v1v1v1, 3 opponents lose 1 lore, so I would gain 3 lore. So that's where that one would come into effect. So that one's not all that great, actually. I don't think, especially being uninkable. I'm sorry, Tamara. Hey, Caitlin. So there is a website. This is not it. This is Dreamborn. So this is where you catalog your cards, throw them in there. I use this then to build decks, which is what we're doing tonight. Deck building. And sorry, this was just kind of bugging me a little bit. I wanted to adjust a smidge. Yeah, so I like it because you can filter your cards, so you can, like, pinpoint in kind of what you're looking at and everything, um, and find exactly what you want. But there is, if you come over here, inktable.net, you can come in and play against an AI, a computer player. There you go. See, you can load in your own decks, or you can play the the starter decks that they have loaded in there. So all of these decks, this is the Fabled starter decks, the Lumineer's Quest, Palace Heist, Reign of Jafar, Arcasi's Island, Azurite Seas, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's got all those starter decks loaded in there automatically, but you can build out your own deck. And using Dreamborn, if you come in here to menu and export, you can export to Inktable, and it'll send that deck that you're building over to Inktable so you can play it and practice it, which is what I do a lot of times. I'm going to swap sides because I want that ink over there popping out. Look at that. Blended your cards in a binder. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to build with only one set. Now, there are rules around what you can and can't build in terms of whether you're going core constructed or infinity constructed. Core constructed, you're what, Into the Inklings and Ursula, Ursula's Return. Those are those have been rotated out. So unless you're using the reprints from those are not legal in core constructed anymore. But your Reign of Jafar is. Reign of Jafar, of course, being the last set that we did right before Fabled. So it's still fresh. It'll be around for at least another year. But I mean, nothing wrong with blending it. I mean, if you look at this deck that I'm putting together here, I mean, you've got set 9, set 6, 9, 9, 9, 8, 6, 5. So we've got cards from across. I mean, this one's a reprint. Oh, Heather, no, thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's why we did it. Obviously, was to help teach people how to play, and that's what our channel is all about. I mean, that's kind of where we've kind of landed on. When we started out, it was just we didn't know exactly. We knew we were going to do Lorcana to start with and stuff like that, but where we've kind of landed is bringing new people. Um, Bringing new people into the game, teaching them, helping them. So that's what we do a lot of times on live. We do that on live. We also do in the Discord. We like to help people out in the Discord as well. We want people to ask questions and everything, of course. But yeah, come on into the lives, Heather. I mean, play. My daughter and I, we play most nights. Tonight we got a late start because she has she's in a local youth theater, and they had a rehearsal that went late, and then a parent meeting after that. So we didn't even get home until about 9:45 tonight, 9:30, something like that. But usually we're live about 8 o'clock Eastern. We play at least a couple games, or try to get a couple games in. We like to teach while we play. Um, we like to answer questions if people have specifics. We'll try to incorporate and answer that as we play so that you can see. Absolutely, yeah. It's free. Go up to my bio, Heather. Up in my bio, there's a link tree. In the link tree, there's a link to the Discord. It's now the second link down because the first link is my new Etsy that I just opened today. That has my playmats that I'm selling. But the second one is the Discord. It's free. Click it. It'll take you there. Join, and um, yeah, join the community. I mean, the general chat is all over the place. We talk about anything and everything. There's some Lorcana sprinkled in there. There's My daughter talks about high school and acting, and people talk about, I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. Um, but um, but we also have dedicated places where it's just Lorcana content, questions, deck brews, stuff like that too. So we also have. We were talking about it last night. We have um, uh, some game rooms in there that people can hop in and do, we can play each other on webcam. Love to see more people getting in and doing that. Hey, look, there's Poltergeist. Welcome to the Discord. Um, but yeah, I mean, there's people that, and there's several folks in the Discord that want to have other people to play with because they don't have local scenes, they don't have local stores. So it's a great place to play against other live human being instead of playing against the AI on Inktable, things like that. Um, every now and then I'll play on live here with somebody. Um, and but yeah, I mean, the Discord, it's a great resource. I mean, really what we're doing, we're trying to grow the Lorcana community in general, right? And just have a lot of fun with it. I'm not trying to take people away from other creators. I'm not trying to take people away from, I'm trying to add to what all those other creators are also already doing. So, I mean, coming in, hang out, learn some stuff. I've been known to send you guys over to other creators, into the Inkwell and Love and Lorcana, send you all over there to watch their lives and stuff like that. Um, when I finish up here, when they've got something big going on, I help kind of cross promote and drive traffic there. So it's all about adding and enhancing this community. Because I like to think that they do the same thing. I know they do. I've heard them talk about, people talking in their channels about us and everything. So, but yeah, our biggest thing where we've kind of landed is that we want to teach, we want to bring people in, and we don't know everything. We're not we're still relatively new, my daughter and I, in this. We've learned a lot from it, but we obviously, we of course make mistakes. We um, and we learn a lot through that. So if we teach something and it's wrong, I mean, we've got folks in here that know what they're talking about that correct us, and we're like, all right, cool, learn something new every day, kind of thing. But everybody learns through that too. So that's what's awesome. And you know, excuse me, we've got, I mean, the best way great way to learn. We were talking about this last night too. Heather and Poltergeist, both of y'all. Great way to do it is, let's start doing more games on in the Discord game rooms, because a great way to learn is to play against somebody that knows how to play, that while you're playing they can help you and teach you and give you advice. I've got no problem when I'm playing against somebody who's brand new. I've got no problem giving away some of my strategy as I'm going, because what that's going to do is going to teach you how to play, how to read the strategy, how to think ahead. Because you've got to, like any strategic game, think chess, think, I mean, even shoot checkers and stuff like that, right? You have to start thinking like your opponent. You have to start thinking and predicting the future. If I do this, what are they going to do about it? So you need to know the strategy that counters your strategy in order to play better strategy yourself. Strategy, 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 strategy. It's kind of like Smurf, right? Sorry, I just realized I said strategy quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, so I've got no problem, hopping in and playing with somebody that's brand new and giving away my strategy as I'm playing, because it helps you. It helps you learn. And it also helps illustrate how to play, right? And why I'm playing the way that I'm playing. So I think all the people that we've got in our Discord and that we've brought in this community, every one of us are this way. I mean, I've run across some of those people at locals that I wouldn't want in our community in Discord, because they're just absolute jerks. And I don't want that in this community, right? I want the community that we're building to be welcoming and accepting and helping of everybody, because again, I mean, if I'm playing somebody new, I'm still learning from that, right? I'm still learning my strategy, and I'm still, just as much as you're learning also. And if I have somebody that I'm playing with that is just being a complete, jackass and just not helpful, laughing, condescending, whatever, and putting you down, like, why are you doing that? That's a stupid move. There's no place around here for that, because you don't learn anything from that. You don't contribute to the community. So, Heather, if you're already in Discord, I'm assuming you probably are. Send me a friend request. It's Iconic Deck Dad. Same as my channel. Send me a friend request, and I'll send you an invite that way. Every now and then, for some reason, that link for some people in my link tree doesn't work. So I can't send a link in TikTok, or I would. But send me a friend request, Iconic Deck Dad, and I will shoot you over an invite directly that way. And that tends to work for most people. Yep. I see you. You just popped in. Let me get you an invite here. One quick second. Oh, well, okay. So if you're able to open the link in the web browser, then you should be able to get connected that way. But I'll send you a link, an invite either way. Invite people, and we're going to invite Tamara. Oh my goodness, what are we gonna do with you? That's right. I just sent you an invite, Heather, so you should be able to accept that and get in there. And since we've started this, we have had, yeah, there you are. We have had 2 people drop out of our server that have joined. So I think that's not too bad. I mean, we've had this server going for a couple months now. I'll keep laughing. Let's see. All right. But yeah, I mean, so we've got, we've got general chat and, I mean, and if you guys play Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and any of that other stuff, Tales from Other Realms, that's the place for you also. Go talk about Magic and Pokemon and all that stuff in there. That's a safe place for everybody. You know who we have not seen recently is D. Where's D been? Has anybody heard from D? Yeah. Hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully she's just on vacation or something. Let me see. I'll have to send her a message, tell her we've been missing her in the lives.
You might have some accurate hits, I'll admit that. But even if I fall down...
Let me see. Let me look up, let me see if she's been posting, because she was doing some pack-a-days also.
Okay, guys, so today is officially...
Let's see. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, Poltergeist. I mean, it's super exciting. We love we love new people coming in and oh, Warren, thank you so much. Thank you for the gift, the love. We appreciate that. That is awesome. Love you so much. Thank you. Let's see. I was looking up D. Oh, well, she hasn't even posted a pack-a-day in a week. Yeah, I'll have to check in on D, see how she's doing because she just disappeared. Disaster popped in. Was it yesterday? I think Disaster popped in. It was. I think it was yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before or something. But he was just in. Said he's been kind of down. Been getting beat at locals with his decks. So he's getting kind of frustrated with Lorcana a little bit. And Disaster, he's the one that did our Discord logo. Yeah, he like right after we started the Discord, he joined it and tossed together. He's an artist and does obviously digital art because he did that. I'm assuming he does other stuff as well. Follow the leader. Welcome in. What's up? All right, let's get back to this. I want a good location because I've got, who was it that moves everybody to a location? Moana, I think. Yeah, when you play this character, you may move any number of your characters to the same location for free and gain 1 lore for each character you moved. I don't have Rapunzel Tower. I'm thinking either Sugar Rush, because that'd be a good one for 3 lore, 3 cards. Um, or even just, I mean, Agrabah. So, I mean, Moana, I'd want something for moving a character. So maybe not Skull Rock because I don't get lore. I'm not doing pirates. Flotilla. I mean, I could move characters there, but it's only one lore that I would get out of it. I mean, I could do this, but I don't get lore out of this one either. I don't know. Not really any good. I mean, Agrabah is a good location, but it doesn't give my my characters that move there any buff. Yeah, but if I'm playing Moana and I shift her and I when I play the character, I can move any character to any location for free. Um, Poltergeist. So I mean, that's a good question. For me, um, I I look at. I mean, I don't do it right because I'm still learning some of the deck building stuff. I mean, we can look at we can look at the meta. We can start looking at like this website Inkdex. Come on. There we go. Inkdex.com is a great website. So you can come in and you can look at the current meta. You can see what's popular. What Blurple is still pretty popular. Amethyst Steel right behind it. Um, so this is a great way to look at meta and get some breakdown that way. So I mean, if you want to follow the meta, this is a great way um, to kind of follow that and pick your colors. Or like I'm doing tonight, I picked a theme. I wanted to build a Royal Ladies deck, and so all of my characters are princesses and queens. So what I did was I filtered, and this is why I like Dreamborn. I came in here, I did a filter on classification. I said I want princesses and queens. So now it's going to show me only princesses and queens. And then I came in and looked. I said, okay, I've got 28 in my amber. I've got 17 in my amethyst. 5. So I'm not going to use emerald. I'm not going to have many options, right? In the emerald. Ruby, I've got 26 different cards. I've got 35 in my blue, but a lot of my blue is in my a lot of my sapphires in my sapphire steel deck. So I don't want to pull princesses from that deck into the other. And same thing with steel, right? So that's where I kind of landed on. Ruby has a lot, and so does Amber. Those have a lot of options for the theme that I'm trying to build. So that's why those two colors, and they work well together. So Amber Amber's going to provide a lot of your support. A lot of it's going to be like healing and support, and you know, some character buffs, things like that. Um, that pairs pretty well with Ruby. Ruby is going to be a very aggressive style, so it's going to take a lot of damage. So if you're taking a lot of damage with cards, you want to play a complement color style that is going to heal that damage. And so Amber does that. So Amber Ruby is not a bad combination. Ruby Steel is also a good one because Steel is going to provide a lot of bodyguards. There's a lot of bodyguards in Amber as well. But Steel is going to provide a lot of bodyguards, a lot of big bodies, and protection. Not going to do a whole lot of healing. Amber is really the best for healing and stuff. But that's how you do it. I mean, you can look at your different inks. They all have different characteristics. As to what they do. Like I said, Amber is really good for support, healing, kind of thing. And so on. All of them have different kind of characteristics. So find something that kind of complements each other. It's a lot of this is all about the synergy, both in the ink color as well as the card. So you want to find a card that's going to play well with others. So that's where I was looking, right? I've got this Moana, and her big thing is she gets to move characters to a location for free. Okay, well let's play on that synergy. Let's find a good location that I can use to take advantage of this card and move stuff to that location. So that's why I was just looking at location. So when we talk synergy, that's what we're talking about is how everything works together. And that's cards, that's ink colors, things like that. So those are the kind of things you look at when you're deck building. Again, this is probably one of the weaker areas of my game is deck building. I'm getting better with it. And the best way to get better is just to go out and build it. Don't go out there. You can look at decks, but I like creators into the Inkwell AU. I don't think she's still in here with us, but she's a great creator that she likes to build decks. But when she builds the decks, she explains why that card is in that deck. It's support, it's rush, it's healing, it's a body, it's whatever. She explained, so it's not just it's not just put these cards in the deck and that's it. It's put these cards in your deck because here's why. So that's the best way to learn, because that then makes you start thinking around why, because you want to be intentional with what you put in your decks. You have to have at least 60 cards in your deck, but you can have more than that. There's no upper limit, but you don't want to have more than 60 cards in your deck, because when you go beyond 60, you're going to start saturating your deck. It's not going to be very consistent. What you want is a deck that whenever you draw, exactly, yeah, it goes back to that strategy, and you need to know your deck, and you need to know how you're going to play that deck. But you also want it to be consistent, because when you know that deck and when you know the strategy, you want to be able to play that strategy. You want to be able to know, okay, on this turn, I'm going to have this card, and or when I draw my first 7, if I don't have these cards in my hand, I'm going to mulligan to try to pull it again, because the odds are great that I'll pull that opening combo. So that's why you don't want to go over 60. You can have up to 4 copies of a card in your hand. And 4 copies, what I mean is, like this one is the Queen Regal Monarch. So you can have 4 copies of the Queen Regal Monarch, but then you can also have 4 copies of the Queen Conceited Ruler. If it'll load up, because they're not the same cards. They're both the Queen, but they have a different subtitle. So this one is a Conceited Ruler. This is a completely different card, right? It's the same characters. It's still the Queen, but it's Conceited Ruler. It's got a completely different effect, different rarity, all of that stuff. So you can have 4 copies of the same card in your deck. So in my case, I can have 8 queens, 4 Conceited Rulers, 4 of the Regal Monarchs in there. But so you want to have up to 4 of each in there for the most part, because that's also again going to lead to that consistency. So when you get that consistency, so you get 4 cards, you got 60 cards in a deck, you got 4 of every cards. Now you're talking a 1 in 15 chance essentially of pulling the card you need. Whereas if you put 120 cards in your deck, I'm just making that up for easy math, now it's a 1 in 30 chance instead of a 1 in 15 chance, because you've doubled the number of cards. So you've, cut your chances in half. So that's why you want 60. You can't have less than 60. So you have to have at least 60. But the more you go, the more it dilutes it and the less consistent it makes your deck. So you want to build a deck that is at 60. Now, when I'm building, right now, my approach to building a deck is I just throw every copy of the card that I have in the deck. So that's what I've done here. I'm going to go over 60 cards when I start, right? Right now I've got 48, and I still got characters I need to add in there. I've still got, actions and items and songs and stuff that I want to do. So I'm going to go over 60. But once I do that, once I pull out the cards that are that synergize well, that work together, then I start working on numbers. And so I look at things. If there's a card that is super important to my play, I want every one of the copies that I have. I want 4 copies in it. But if there's another card that it's a nice to have, but it's really expensive and I'm not going to play it every time, then I'll draw that back down to 1 or 2 cards maybe. But you want to have 3 or 4 of all of your cards for the most part. But limit your deck to 60 cards. So I build it out. I get all my cards in here. Then I start looking at strategy. Okay, this is turn 1. This is what I'm going to play. Turn 2, turn 3. And this is how I'm going to play it. So I need to make sure I have these cards. So in order to make sure, if they're that important to the strategy of my game, I need to make sure I have enough of that card to be able to consistently draw it. So those are cards that I'm going to have 3 and 4 copies of it in my deck. Does that make sense? So don't get too caught up. Good night, Tamara. Have a great night. Don't get too caught up on what inks. That will, I think, kind of naturally find itself. Start looking at, and you can only have 2 inks, so you can't have more than that. So you do need to choose and decide, but start looking at cards that work together well, and then your 2 inks will kind of fall into play from there. That's another way to approach it. And I do that sometimes. Like I'll look at, I'll pull a card. I'll say, oh, this is a great card. This will play well with this one. And it happens to be a different ink. And like, let's go with this. Here's my 2 inks, because these 2 cards are going to play really well together. It's an amethyst, or let's go emerald and steel, right? There's a pirate. These 2 pirates work really well together because this one gives a buff if there's another pirate in play or whatever. So emerald and steel, perfect. So now go into Dreamborn. You've got all your cards cataloged. Go to Dreamborn, filter on emerald and steel, and then start building your deck from there. So now you've narrowed down so sometimes don't worry about color first, cards later. Look at your cards, start building out some strategy and something that you feel comfortable with, and the ink is going to fall into place. And build, practice. It's a skill just like everything else in this game. So don't get too caught up on trying to build meta, right? You can go out there and research the meta. You can go over here. Like I said, Inkdex is a great place to do it. You can look at meta and you can say, okay, what Amethyst Sapphire, that's number 1 in the meta right now. Okay, off to Dreamborn we go. Amethyst Sapphire, filter on those 2 colors and build a deck that way. But don't get too caught up on trying to build a super. Heather, you will get beat every single time especially as a new player, by Inktable. So don't get discouraged by that. Inktable is going to, beat the pants off of you every time. Last night I played Inktable. I played a deck that I built, I gave the AI the same deck that I was playing, and he whooped me. He got to 20 lore before I even got to 2, based on the way I play that deck. But what you do when you play that is you got beat. Why did you get beat? What did the AI do that beat you, right? What did they do that took you out? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not a new player anymore, and I've got decks that are strong. That now, if I took my deck and I played against a starter deck, I gave the AI a starter deck, I would probably beat the AI at this point because my deck is better than a starter, right? But you know, go in and you know, just pick the same starter deck, right? I mean, because last night, one of the things I like to do, and I was talking about it last night, the reason I gave the AI the deck that I was playing with, I wanted to see how he played it, because that's how I learned strategy to play my deck better. I'm going to look and see, okay, he's doing this, and it beats me. So my strategy is weak. This is how to beat my strategy. So I'm going to use that strategy because somebody else is probably going to have similar, right? So I need to know how to counter it, and maybe need to know how to counter it with this deck. Because when you go to set champs, you take one deck and you play that deck the entire championship. And so if it's 3 rounds, you'll play one opponent that it might match up well against, and it fits your style. And you know, like my style with my steel deck, with my Sapphire Steel that I play lately, is I don't quest or challenge or do anything for the first 5 or 6 turns. I work on building a wide board, and so you know that works well against some decks, but against my own deck, it did not work at all. The AI completely just, you know, kicked my tail. But I learned from that. I learned, okay, and I learned that this deck does work. So, you know, the next thing that I want to do is, you know, toss in some of my other stronger decks and play against the AI, because I want it to point out weaknesses in my deck. That's why I play with against Ink Table. I want it to point out the weaknesses in my deck and in my play. That's exactly right, Tom. Right? I mean, you could have a super strong deck and have a bad open draw, and sometimes if you know, and that's where the skill around mulligans and everything come into play, right? So you want to, you know, I use Ink Table to learn mulligan strategy, and okay, here are the cards that are being dealt. First, because it's a random generator, it's going to give me a very similar feel to what's going to come out in the first 7 cards. And if I notice after 2 dozen hands that the same cards are coming out and they're not cards that I want, those are cards maybe that I'm going to take 1 or 2 copies out of my deck because I don't want it in my hand. Yeah, right, Nathan? That's a great analogy. Oh man, nothing worse than a 2/7 offsuit, right? But yeah, I mean, Ink Table is. There's a lot of people that poo-poo on it because it's AI and everything. Yeah, it's not going to play like a human does, and there's certainly, you know, there's certainly a lot of stuff that it does not do well. But there is absolutely, if you play it right and you go in with the right intent, you can absolutely learn a crap ton from it. And the more reps you get just by playing it, you know, over and over and over, you get comfortable with the flow of the game, how to play. You know, you learn nuances and effects and triggers and things like that you know, will allow, or will you know, that cards do, and you pick that up, it's like, oh, I didn't even know the card did that, or oh, that's how that works, kind of thing, right? So you know, Ink Table has a lot of value, and I highly encourage any and all new folks to go out and just start playing Ink Table. I used to play it every day, and I would go in and I would just to get the reps, just to learn how to play Lorcana, just to learn the flow of the game and things like that, right? And so, and by doing that, you get better. Yeah. I don't use it as much as I used to. I mean, I used to be on there every single day just trying to play, and I'm like, I'm gonna get good enough to where I beat the AI, and I did. And I learned and I learned and I kept playing and I kept getting beat until finally one day I beat the AI, and I'm like, all right, this is it. Now I'm a Lorcana player. What's up, Isaac Cute? Good morning. How are things over in Singapore today? Not hard at all. Not hard at all, Cheeky. Very similar. I beat the AI, best player alive, right, Nathan? No, but yeah, Cheeky, not hard at all. Go look at my videos, my Lorcana 101 videos. Watch those. You'll be surprised how similar it is. I mean, there are certainly some differences, but the way I like to explain it is both games. You have both games. The objective is to get to 20. In Magic, 20 is 20 damage against your opponent, right? Take 20 life points from your opponent. That's the objective. In Lorcana, you want to earn or gain 20 lore. Smartest man alive. I'm picturing the quote, but I can't think of the movie off the top of my head. But so you're racing to 20. That's all right. You're racing to 20. So so similarity there. To get to 20, you have to play creatures, characters, oh yeah, Billy Madison. Oh, that. I mean, I was totally hearing that. I'm the smartest man alive. Yeah. So I'll get cheeky. But yeah, go look at my video. So anyway, I was saying, so you want to play your characters in Magic, you're playing your creatures and your spells. In Lorcana, those are characters called glimmers, characters and items or actions, right? Same similar thing. But in order to play those, you need a resource. In Magic, you play your lands, your mana, and everything. In Lorcana, it's ink. So it's still the same thing. So the very first thing you do on your very first turn is you have to play a resource. You have to play ink, just like in Magic. You have to play mana. Now, where it's different is in Magic, your mana has different colors, right? And so that mana can only be used by a creature or spell of that same color. Whereas in Lorcana, ink is ink. There is no color. Now we talk about ink colors, but those really are more about core constructed deck build and more about like the characteristics of those particular characters. Just like in Magic, black, red, they all have different characters and styles to the color. Lorcana is the same way. Red, just like in Magic, red is a very aggressive style that it will go after and deal some heavy damage quickly. Amber is healing and support and help, that compassionate kind of feel, right? And so on. So there's different styles to the different inks, but that's it. When it comes to gameplay, those colors don't really mean anything for the actual play of the game. Ink is ink. So as long as you have ink in your inkwell available, and then and you're, instead of killing your opponent, you're questing to lore. Thank you for that follow, Cheeky. Yeah, I mean, but so very, very similar. Disney, Disney doesn't like attacking and killing and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different. You have challenge. So there is an attack and a battle aspect to it, and that comes in the form of challenging characters. So to get to the lore, the way you get lore fundamentally is you quest with your characters. So your characters, depending on the cards, depending on the character and everything, when you quest with them, they get 1, 2, sometimes 3, 4, and even there's a couple of characters that'll get you 5 lore, right? There are other ways to get lore, but fundamentally the most basic way is challenging, or I mean, is questing with a character. So in order to slow down your opponent so that you can quest and get more lore more quickly, is you challenge those characters and take them off the board. So that's the battle aspect of it. And so that's where you get your strength and your willpower, or your strength and shield, you know, in your cards and stuff like that. So let's see. I mean, looking at the cards, I mean, we can talk anatomy of a card, right? Just like in Magic, up in the top left, you got your cost. This means this card costs 1 ink to play. This shutter symbol around it means that it's inkable. So unlike Magic, where you have dedicated cards that are lands, in Lorcana, you don't have dedicated cards that are just ink. You have your characters, the cards that you have in your hand, characters, locations, items, all of those, you sacrifice that essentially to turn it into ink. So in this case, Aurora would be, and she's considered inkable. So this is one that if you've got her in your hand, you would put it face down, and now she's no longer Aurora, she's ink. So you never use her now for the character. It is always going to be ink and nothing else. But this up in the top left is the cost. Again, just like Magic, you've got your character's strength, this little burst right here, and then it's called willpower. It's the shield. That's how much. So the strength is how much damage it deals. Willpower is how much damage it takes. So again, very, very similar to Magic. Down here at the bottom, this little diamond pip, that is your lore. So when Aurora quests, she gets 1 lore when she quests. Other characters, you know, you'll have 2, 3 lore down there. So questing, you exert it, tap. In Magic, you call it tap. So very, 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 very similar. So if you know Magic and you know Magic well, Lorcana will be super easy to pick up and learn. There's some differences. There'll be some things, particularly around if you're playing somebody that you know knows Lorcana really well, especially the lingo and the terminology. You're going to say, "I tap." It's exert. We know what you're talking about. It's the same thing, but the lingo is a little bit different. And then you know actions and stuff like that, and it's turn based. So you know I play. I do my. And that's the best way to do it too, right? Is to get the starter decks because they're pre-con decks, they're pre-constructed decks that are built, core constructed, and you play it. Yeah, go look at my videos though. Go watch those because I mean those would be a great crash course for you. You'll see the similarities, but it'll also point out how to play. It's the Lorcana 101 series that I have out there. There's 17 videos in total. Each one is a minute or less in length. And it starts at the very beginning with what is the goal? I've already explained that. Reaching, you know, racing to 20. Then the second one is anatomy of a card. I just explained that one here. Right. So, but go through it. And each one, so start from 1, then you can go to 2, then 3. Unfortunately, video 2, there's two versions of video 2. The first one out there, TikTok, for whatever reason, removed all of my audio and overrode it with music. So you can't hear me talk. I reposted one, and it's pinned. Part 1 and 2 are pinned to the top of my my videos. All the rest are down below. Video 3, they did the same thing where they removed my audio and put in a song so you can't hear me talk. However, closed captions work. So turn on captioning. I haven't yet. I've got the raw video, so I need to I've got to do post-production on that and re-upload that. So I'll get that re-uploaded. But then everything else is correct and good. So yeah, go check those out. Watch through them. Each one kind of builds on the next. You know, as far as learning and everything. But by the time you get to the end of the very last lesson is how to build a deck and the rules of core constructed. Everything. So yeah, go watch it. That'll help you out. And then go play with your buddy and hang out with us. You already followed me. check out my Discord up in my bio. I've got a link tree. In the link tree, there's a Discord link. Go join there because I'm trying to encourage folks to hop into my voice channels over there and start playing each other on video. Because we have a lot of people that talk about, oh, I don't have any locals. I don't have anybody local to play with or anything like that. So let's do it over webcam. Also great for folks like you and when you're new, play against veterans or play against other new people. Both learn together, or play against veterans, people that have been playing for a little bit. Because I was saying earlier, everybody that we have in this community, we're building an awesome community of people that want to help and will help and are desperate to help new players learn, because we learn a lot. And I'm not an expert. I mean, I've been playing. I grew up. I played Magic way back in the day. So that's how I know a little bit about Magic. I don't know the Commander stuff right now. I don't know the current formats. But I just started playing Lorcana in May of this year. So I'm not an expert by any means. I'm still learning it. And I've got a lot of stuff that I still need to learn. I still give bad advice and incorrect advice. People correct me and I'm like, okay, cool. I just learned something new. But go join the Discord. It's free. And we even have there's a channel in there called Tales from Other Realms. That is, go in there and talk Magic. We have Magic players in our community that would love to also talk Magic there, nerd out, geek out about Magic in there. I mean, it's not this community, this chat, this live, all of my lives, the Discord. It is not I'm not trying to build a purist community where we only talk about Lorcana. We don't talk about anything else, because Lord knows when my daughter's on here, which she is most nights, holy cow, we go off the rails like none other. But it's all fun because we get to know each other and Lorcana is kind of that common thread, and then everything else just kind of builds on, and we build a great community. So go join. It's lots of fun, lots of randomness. If you don't want it for the randomness, mute the general chat and go participate in all the other Lorcana or single focused. I would not recommend that though. Stay in the general chat. Don't mute it. Join it, because that's where all the fun is. That's where everybody. I mean, we talk a little bit of Lorcana in there too, but the general chat is a mix of like all kinds of stuff. My daughter talks high school and acting, and people talk about I don't know. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I don't know. So anyway, a lot of fun. Yeah, go check it out. Go watch the videos. Join the Discord. Have fun. And then while you're in there, shameless plug, check out my new Etsy that's also in my link tree, because I just dropped a couple of new play mats that I'm selling on Etsy that are pretty solid. Yeah, Nathan, it's anything we want to chat about. I mean, which is awesome. I mean, it's just we talk about anything and everything. Talk about work, how much work sucks. So yeah. My Inkstream playmat. It's for sale. It's $36.99. And then plus tax or whatever. I've got two versions out there. I have one. It's called the Iconic Edition. It has the full logo with my character and everything. And then I have the Signature Edition. If you don't want the character, you want the minimalist look, it just has the my word mark, Iconic Deck Dad, down in the bottom corner. So yeah, go check them out. It's they're pretty cool. It's excuse me. It is. Let me hide this and this. There we go. Oh, hide. Oh, I can't. It won't let me hide the camera. This is my playmat. This background that I have, it's very similar to that. That's the playmat. So yeah, go check it. Go check it out on Etsy. There's a couple sizes. The one that I have on Etsy is 24 by 14, 24 inches by 14 inches. If you like smaller, I've got a smaller one that I haven't published yet. I'm trying to get that published on my TikTok shop, but it keeps um, a different what? You'll be 1,000 times more happier at? Oh, a different job. Oh, I got you. Sorry, it didn't connect. But yeah, I mean the mat. I mean it's obviously it's the 6 inks of Lorcana, but I mean it doesn't say Lorcana or anything like that on there. So I mean I think it's um, you're right, Cheek. Um, but I mean, it doesn't say Lorcana on there. It says Iconic Deck Dad, which is also not Lorcana in and of itself. So I mean, it can totally be used. I mean, it you know got kind of like that fantasy feel to it. So you know, it's not a Lorcana only mat. I don't think it's all good, Nathan. All good. All right. Let me see if if my computer will behave now. I want to swap out one of these stickers for my subscribers. See if I can swap it out. If it'll load. Here we go. Oh, it's still not going to load. Um, yeah, it's not like I don't know. So cheeky, go sometimes it does that for some reason. Go into Discord, send me a friend request, Iconic Deck Dad. I'll send you an invite that way. What's up, Jay Ender? How's it going tonight? But yeah, cheeky. Send me a friend request. I'll send you an invite that way through the Discord. That's how we work around it. I can't post a link in here. TikTok won't let me post links in the chat. But yeah, send me a friend request, Iconic Deck Dad, and I will pop you over an invite right away. Let me see. There's got to be a way that I can manage. There you are. All right. And now let me get you a invite. Yeah, Milwaukee's just right around the corner too. Nirvana lover, what's up? Been a while. All right, Cheeky, I just sent you an invite. How's it been going? Absolutely. Let me see. I'm trying to manage my stickers and stuff over here for my subscribers, and it's not letting me. Why is it not letting me? Like they've switched over to this. It's no longer called subscriptions. It's now called Superfan, and that's throwing it up too. Oh, look at that. We hit 2,200 followers. Nice. I just noticed that. Jay Ander, the uh I right now I'm working on a Sapphire Steel deck. I was kind of toying around with a Royal Ladies deck here tonight. This one is very rough. I'm still in the building phase of this, but let me save this. I'll show you. I'll show you my. I'll show you my steel. Commander, that's kind of why I want to get in Lorcana. It's hard to do different formats once you commit to one. Oh yeah. Well, is that because of the decks? It's hard to like rebuild decks and stuff. Is that why? Because it's all built around a commander. Whoa! What is that? What was that bear? Nathan. That was what are you doing? That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. That bear just prancing across there. That was awesome. Nathan, thank you so much. Bear. That's funny. That was awesome. I love that bear. Oh, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. That was awesome. Let's see. It got me all flustered. Oh, I was pulling up my deck. Yeah, so Jander, I'll show you the deck that I'm working with right now. It is my decks. Heroes and Allies. Oh man, Nirvana tore your enchanted. Oh no. That sucks. Right now it's Disney. However, oh no, it is Disney right now. There's probably not going to be Marvel or Star Wars anytime soon. If I had to take an educated guess, simply because you have Star Wars Unlimited, so they don't want to stomp on those toes. You also have Marvel's was it Marvel's Champions or something like that? There's another trading card game that's all Marvel, so they don't want to step on those toes. However, there are rumors, and it's like verified rumors. I mean, already been announced that Pixar, namely Toy Story, is coming very soon. The next set that we've got is coming out November. What is it? November 7th. I think November 7th. When? Hey, look, it's whatever that Friday is. Yeah, November 7th is pre-release. 14th is general release. That's called Whispers in the Well. That one is not going to have Pixar, but they said soon, and they said 2026. Probably around February, if we had to guess, is going to be then Winter Spell, which is the next set, and that is the best guess of when we're going to start seeing Woody and his pals. We don't know what's coming. We just know Pixar, and particularly Toy Story, is coming soon. But right now, it's all Disney. All your Wreck-It Ralph and classics like Tinkerbell, of course, Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Daisy, Donald, all of those guys. You got Moana, Frozen. You got all the Disney stuff. So, yeah. But that'll be fun. I mean, Marvel, Star Wars, maybe at some point may come along, but I honestly, because you have Star Wars Unlimited and you've got the Cars is Pixar. I mean, they haven't said Cars, but they said Pixar, and they showed Woody in the announcement. So we know Toy Story is coming to, and they said Pixar, meaning other Pixar properties are coming. So yeah, Cars is Pixar. Yeah, but that'd be fun too. I mean, because you've already got your Wreck-It Ralph with all the racers. So I mean, just look at the potential there with like a full racer deck with all your Wreck-It Ralph racers and all your Cars racers. Oh my goodness, that would be a fun deck. Get your Mater in there. Mater is definitely going to either be Amber or Steel. I mean, Mater, with the heal and the support, or with the the shield and bodyguard, right? I could totally see Mater being Amber or Steel. That's another thing that's fun to do, right? Is look at these different Disney properties, Pixar properties, and start like what would be a fun effect or action or characteristic of the card. Like I said, Mater, good for the heal support because he's a great friend. So whenever he quests, you give his strength to another character or whatever. What are some others that we've talked about? We've talked about Luigi and right. Oh my goodness. Well, and then you've got so Sapphire is kind of your tech, your smart brains kind of thing. So that would be maybe like Doc Hudson in there or something maybe. Oh man, what about what's the car that Cheech voices? The hippie car. I could totally see that one being like an amethyst magic because he's always seeing things, seeing illusions. Elia, what's up? Welcome in. Yep. Sarge, aggressive red, yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness. Flo would be Sapphire because that's more of the techie gadgets kind of thing. And while she's not like super techie gadget, she's smart. So I could totally see her being a Sapphire. with her pinstriping. Remember that on the spoiler. uh, yeah, I heard about the Spider-Man magic stuff. And that's officially out now, right? It's not just coming soon. Spider-Man has officially dropped in Magic, right? And that just, I don't know. I mean, I can see it because Magic. Hey, Scarlet Tales. I could see Magic. Because they've got Lord of the Rings, which makes sense. The fantasy. They've got Final Fantasy. They've got all that other stuff. I guess I can see it. They're bringing in different stuff, but to me, it just seems weird. Spider-Man in Magic. That just, to me, it seems like a weird mismatch. ATLA. What is ATLA? I know I probably know it, but it's not connecting for me. Avatar, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, and again, that makes sense, right? Fantasy kind of, um, I mean, kind of that fantasy magic stuff. But Spider Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's fun, and I know it was like everybody was looking forward to Spider-Man. I'm not trying to poo-poo on it at all. It just when I first heard it, it just it seems like it's just yeah. To me, it seems like it was more of a cash grab than anything. To be entirely honest, I mean, all for it. Whatever keeps the players around and whatever keeps the interest and the excitement. I mean, that's what it's all about. But it just seems weird. Spider-Man. It doesn't seem to fit the magic theme, unless I'm missing something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. But to me, it just doesn't seem like it fits. I love Spider-Man though. Hayden Jenna, what's up? Yeah, okay. So you're kind of the same way, right? I mean, it's more of a money grab than anything. Nathan, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. I'll be live again tomorrow. Yeah. So yeah, cheeky. I mean, so it is. I mean, which again, I mean, Magic's been what 35 years in the making. So I mean, at some point you gotta shake it up, and you gotta do something to keep the interest, right? And Spider-Man did that. I mean, I know from everything that I heard and read. I mean, it's oh really? Um, yeah. So I mean, everything that I've heard is that um, people were super excited for Spider-Man, so it built the hype. It certainly built the hype. I mean, I haven't looked to see what kind of performance from a money revenue standpoint, right? To see if the hype, if they were able to capitalize on that hype. But the hype was definitely there because I mean, I heard tons of people. I saw lots of articles and a lot of my TCG stuff, talking about Spider-Man and everything. So I mean, it certainly built the hype, certainly captured the interest. And when it's been going on for so long, I mean, you got to do something to shake it up. So I mean, I don't entirely blame them, but power creep. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's and I think with that it's because you've set the bar high with these very well known franchises like Final Fantasy and stuff like that. You've set the bar high, so then you got to go big or go home, and so that's where the power creep comes in, right? Is you not only want to drop a character that that looks cool and is your you know kind of that iconic no pun intended character from the franchise, but you want to make them big and a big bad, right? And it like I said it makes it more difficult to play. Yeah. So okay. So the art. So are they underpowered, and is that why they're not great, or are they too overpowered? Because I mean, you can get too overpowered to where it's not like it costs a bunch and it's not worth putting in your deck. I mean, there's several cards in Lorcana that I look at and I'm like, there's no way that I'm gonna put that in my deck because it's just um, it's so expensive and so ridiculous to try to um, try to fit in. Okay, so they went on either extreme and didn't really have anything in the middle, is what it sounds like. Then maybe so you got to find that balance too. But Jay Ander, sorry, we kind of got off. If you're still hanging around, if you're still in here, I was talking about my deck. Looks like you may not be in here, but this is my deck that I'm working on for um, set champs that I'm thinking about taking right now. Average Dad, welcome in. Oh, there you are, Jander. Oh, they didn't. So Spider-Man is all just boosters then. So it is. is it one of those things where you can work the Spider-Man cards into your existing deck, or do you have to keep it? Do you have to keep it franchise specific? Because that's where I don't know Magic anymore. Because I mean, I know back in the day, I played back in the cards that I have are from 1993, 94. And that's the last time I really played Magic. Now, I did play a little bit on Arena. I have played a little bit of Arena, a little bit, here and there. So I mean, I've gotten back into Magic and knocked a little bit of the dust off, but none of the Commander stuff, and none of the deck building. Takes any damage you've taken. So and by doing that, it transfers the damage. It heals you essentially. Wow. Yeah, that would be. And there were cards in Lorcana that are kind of similar that are just really annoying like that. I mean, Be Prepared is one that comes to mind. I mean, it's super annoying. It wipes your board. When you play it, every character, including yours, goes away. You get banished. Ariat, welcome in. A shoe in, welcome. Oh. But yeah, so board wipes don't really scare me after went almost 3 hours. Wow. Yeah, there's time limits in Lorcana. Most set champs, you got 55 minutes to play around best of 3. Yeah. Tiffany Palmer, welcome in. All right. Y'all, I'm coming up on the 2-hour mark here. I was only planning on going live for about an hour, but that's what happens when you get people in here and you get great conversation going on. They're fun until it becomes, yeah. Well, or until somebody has to pee. Oh my goodness. But anyway, we're coming up on 2 hours. I got to go to bed. I got to get up for work in the morning. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it. I've had a really good time. Welcome to Cheeky and any other new folks that are here, new in the channel. I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm glad you guys stuck around and got engaged with our Discord and everything too. Please come back. We go live most nights. I say most nights because Sundays we're off. And then now that it's hockey season, I've got season tickets to the team here. So whenever there's games, I'm not going live because it's going to be so late. So Discord is the best place to know whether I'm going live or not. I usually try to post in there or talk about. I usually give you guys a heads up on the lives on here as well when I'm going to be in. But yeah, so I will be live. I will be live tomorrow and Saturday. Will not be live Sunday because it's Sunday and there's a game. So last preseason game. So hopefully narrow down a little bit of our roster. Yeah, join us. I mean, you come on in when you can, come on in for as long as you can. It's usually a little bit of anything and everything. My daughter, when she's on, we usually go live at 8 o'clock Eastern, and go live for a couple hours. My daughter's usually on from about 8 to 9:30. She goes to bed at 9:30. She's 14 and in high school, so she's got to get some sleep to get up for the bus because she catches the bus at 6 o'clock in the morning. Yikes. But yeah, that's our normal schedule is 8. And I say ish because, depending on what's going on that day, I mean, we've got lives and everything too. We go live as soon as we can, but we aim for 8 o'clock ish. So, but we're usually on for a couple hours. So love to have you guys back. But I appreciate y'all hanging out. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks, y'all. Bye.